By the time Lakota children reached 10, the land had already become their classroom. Every lesson began just outside the doorway of home. Their day started like any other child's, waking to warmth and family. But the skills he would practice today were meant to keep him alive. Riding began early, with a father's hand and a patient horse. The lesson started with touch, not with words. He learned balance by feeling the animal beneath him, not by reading a rule. At first, every step was taken under a watchful eye.
Confidence grew with each breath he took in the saddle.
Younger sisters watched closely, storing lessons for their own turn. Soon, the father's hand disappeared, and the boy had to trust his own body.
An elder corrected with patience, not with shame.
Learning by doing meant trying again, not being told to stop. By 10, a Lakota child might ride as easily as he walked. Once the horse was familiar, the next skill was reading the tracks it followed. The earth around them carried stories of every creature that passed. Their father gave names to each mark and asked them to repeat. He did not just explain, he invited their hands to learn the shapes. The boy practiced by leading his own eyes along the trail.
Earl's track too, noticing plants and small signs many might miss.
Respect for tracks was the first rule. Never erase what you want to understand. Dew taught them how recently a path had been used. The smallest clues mattered when you were learning to feed your people. Fire came next, taught with careful hands and strict respect. Both parents watched how their children handled flame.
First, they learned what kind of plants wanted to catch fire.
Then they mimicked his patter, stick for stick. Their first spark came from wood and patience, not from matches. He learned that fire listens only to steady effort. They learned to feed fire, not smother it.
Safety was woven into the lesson from the first spark.
Point north using the sun and your shadows.
Direction came from light and memory, not from a needle.
He tested what the boy had noticed at many other sunsets.
He tied today's lesson to 100 earlier mornings.
At night, the sky carried its own directions. He memorized the shape of stars that never moved much. They learned the sky's map by watching it every clear night. Another lesson was learning to hear, more than you see. He began to sort the voices of wind, animals, and people. What direction is the wind coming from, and what animal do you hear?
Girls answered too, trusted with the same questions.
He checked if their ears had learned the land's echo.
Patience was taught not as a word, but as a shared silence. Stillness let the world come back to life around them. Survival also meant knowing how to move a home quickly.
Learning by doing meant small hands practiced real tasks.
Gathering wood was both chore and lesson in reading the land. He learned to take only what would burn well and regrow.
Order around the fire would matter during cold or storms.
Soon the test was to walk without a guiding hand. He combined sun, memory, and courage into a choice.
Their steps stitched a new line of trust between elders and youth. Praise came in few words, but deep pride.
Their skills returned home, where mothers also judged their care.
The lesson that once shook their arms now flowed smoothly.
Knowing how to end fire was as important as starting it.
At the end of another day, they reviewed what the wind and sky had taught. Their education was not divided into subjects. It was one circle of survival.
By 10, they carried inside them a deep, quiet confidence.
Their lessons ended where they began, in the circle of lodge and family. For Lakota children, learning never sat on a bench or behind a desk.
They learned by riding, tracking, listening, building fire, and reading the world. Until